Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now in the last episode we beat Southampton in the Community Shield and we've played 6 or 7 games in the Premier League and 1 game of the Champions League in between, so we will of course review those fixtures, but it has been a bit of a troubling start. So the first game of the Premier League season was against Southampton, again our opponents in the Community Shield, and we won this one 4-0, 2 goals from Lincoln, 1 from Mateo Rios and 1 from Jose Luis sealing the victory, and an impressive performance to start the Premier League season. And then we went away to Manchester United and got beat 1-0. Emmanuel Vignato missing a penalty in the 59th minute, with David Alba giving them a 49th minute goal and the win in the Premier League. So we've been beaten already. We then bounced back massively against Liverpool, who have got a fantastic team, let's not forget, and we beat them 7-0. 1 from Luis Enrique Arans, 1 from Jose Luis and 5 from Lincoln, securing the victory for us. We then went away to Huddersfield in the Premier League and we won a 4-0, 2 goals from Marco, 1 from Younger Blout and 1 from Arans, sealing it for us. And our first opponent of the Champions League was FC Salzburg, and we beat them 2-0. 1 goal from Lincoln and 1 goal from Malagras, sealing the victory. This was obviously one of our easier ties that we've done in the Champions League, but I'll show you the table just before we get into the match. And this was the second absolutely horrendous result for us. 2-2 away to Middlesbrough. They were 2-0 up within 5 minutes and absolutely dominating the match. We tried to make changes, we tried to affect things, but we got the 2 goals before half time, then the second half just flew by and absolutely nothing happened, so we dropped points again already in the Premier League. We then played Arsenal in the third round of the Carabao Cup and won 4-0, 4 goals from Sugo and one of his few starts. Excellent result. And in the final game before our Champions League game was a 3-1 home victory against Tottenham Hotspur. 2 goals from Emmanuel Vignato and 1 from Jose Luis sealing for us. They got a late goal through Adrian Watson, who's a decent player, might I add, English as well. So yeah, good result from us, and all of that sees us lying in 5th place of the Premier League. 3 points from Chelsea and Manchester United at the top, and this has been our Champions League group draw. Bayern Munich is who we're going to be playing today, and that's the reason why I didn't record the first game, because Bayern Munich was the second game and I'd rather have played them. We've also got Sporting Lisbon and, of course, FC Red Bull Salzburg. So, we've had a disappointing start of the season by our own standards. You know, there was the season a couple of years back where we didn't get beat at all in the league, and we've already been beaten in our second game of the Premier League this season. So, yeah, it has been a difficult start, and that away draw to Middlesbrough has really sort of crushed my spirit a little bit. Well, hopefully we'll get the boys out today, hopefully pick up a good win against Bayern Munich. We did beat them in the semi-finals of the Champions League last year, so hopefully we can do the same today. This is going to be the team for the game against Bayern Munich. We will start with Pickford in goal, Rios, Pfeiffer and Luis at centre-back, Malagras and Vixen our wing-backs, with Zahia and Esparza in central of midfield, Vignato and Dimitri Anan on the wings with Lincoln up top. And on the bench, we've got Younger Blout, Althans, Tierney, Guendouzi, Sancho, Magu and Sugo. Right then, they're lining up with the 4-5-1 that they played in the semi-final of the Champions League. Let's hope we can get the victory today to give us a commanding lead in this group. And we kick off at the Stadium of Light, shooting from right to left. Come on, boys. Early chance for Bayern Munich, 40 seconds in, have the ball with Schulze up top. Malagras can cut it out though, and can we break with Lincoln? Driving at the defence, he hasn't got many options really. Hummels and Sule tidy it up. Zahia now with the ball. Lincoln, he's got the overlap from Vignato. It's cut out by Cucurella and it's cleared. God, this highlight's lasted forever. Dimitri Anan on this left-hand side. He gets the ball into Lincoln and he hits the post. Another highlight now. Zahia with a corner to Rios, who hits the bar. Vignato with a corner. Free kick, on this left-hand side. And it is going to be a penalty. Esparza wins it. Who's going to step up? Lincoln has stepped up for it. He takes the strike, but it's a big save by the Bayern Munich goalkeeper. Another highlight now. Batista Maya on this left-hand side for Bayern Munich. Schulze dispossesses Mateo Rios. Ammerhausen out and back to Schulze. It's clear by Pfeiffer, and can Lincoln break? He's beaten behind the defence now. Come on, Lincoln. Oh, it's a big save by the keeper again. And I did notice there Vignato has picked up a knock. We're not going to risk him. We're going to get Marco straight on. And that's the lovely thing about having 2 really, really like world-class wingers. I don't mind when one of them gets injured. Let's just hope Marco can stay out the rest of the match. 38 minutes in, Bayern Munich have a corner. Can we clear? Jose Luis clears it and Lincoln can break. Finds Marco. He's got a lot of work to do, but he's got the pace to do it. He goes outside to the right wing, gets the ball in. And if that was the highlight's still continuing with Bayern Munich now up the pitch, but Pfeiffer cuts out a pass. Marco now with a long ball over to Lincoln. He's in behind the defence. He takes the strike again and he is having an awful game. Bayern Munich with the ball again to Schulze up top. They're not getting men in behind Schulze when he comes deep for the ball, so that'll hopefully see us well defending this game. But Lincoln now's got the ball on the left-hand side. Dimitri Annan to Milagres, who gives the ball away to Roy. Didn't give it to Roy. Schulze. Why are these highlights taking so long? I've never knew a football manager like this where suddenly the highlights are super long. Dimitri Annan now down this left-hand side gets absolutely hacked down by Sousa, who's already on a yellow card. He is surely going to be red carded champion. Second yellow. They're down to 10 men. We need to make our advantage count. Marco with a free kick. The ref has given a penalty. Our second penalty of the match. Lincoln steps up again if he misses. If Lincoln misses this penalty. He doesn't. He puts it away. Sunderland won, Bayern Munich 0. 2 penalties it's took to get us there and 10 men. But we'll get there in the end. Lincoln steps up. Knocks it in the corner. Keeper should probably do a bit better because it wasn't too far away from him. But here. We'll take it. And that's it. Half time. Sunderland 1, Bayern Munich 0. A disappointing first half from us, really. We've been very sloppy in front of goal, and we've been quite fortunate in defensive areas that they're not getting men forward too much. Hopefully a better second half. Zahir tries to play through Lincoln, but it's cut out. Zahir dispossesses them in midfield now. Lincoln on this right hand side to Marco. Come on, you got the pace to beat your man on the left outside. Lincoln plays it in. Ugh, I'm choking on the bad football. I'm dying. Bayern Munich come forward now to Schulze. Roy's got it on the right hand side. Roy now, he's beat his man. He's outside the at the edge of the box, and Jose Luis cuts it out. And this is why you always bring a drink before you start recording. Marco down this right hand side gets the ball in. Lincoln's there. He finally puts one of his chances away. That wasn't a penalty. Marco with an excellent cross and Lincoln with a good finish. As you can see here, Esparza plays it down the right hand side for Marco, who gets in. Excellent. What a beautiful cross that was, and Lincoln gets in back post, beats his man 2-0. Hopefully that'll seal the victory for us now. Marco with a corner. Jose Luis nods it on, but Bayern Munich managed to get it clear. Esparza on the right hand side. Can he get the ball in? He can. Lincoln's there. You always knew that wasn't going in. Esparza now. He's driving ball forward. What? Stop showing me that. I don't want to see it. Highlight now. Bayern Munich have the ball with their defence, but we'll cut it out through Milagres, and Dimitri Annan plays the ball at Esparza in central midfield. Milagres has got the ball on the left hand side now. He's beat his man. Can he get the ball in? He can, but it's... I don't want to see this. Just show me the key highlight. Look, I've definitely got on key highlight. Roy gets dispossessed by Milagres, and Dimitri Annan plays it to Lincoln, who takes the strike, hits the post, and it's cleared. Oh, I've just spotted a familiar name there. It's just come on for Bayern Munich. Francisco Trincão's come on. Zahir to Rickson. Tista Maya to Roy. Kimmich has got it now. He finds Trincão on the right hand side. He tormented us when he played for Leverkusen. Can he do the same again? Trincão on the edge of the box. It's cleared. Lincoln now driving out the defence. He's got 5 round him, but he beats them all. But that shot was terrible. Right. 12 minutes to go. Get some changes in. We'll get Guendouzi on for Mohamed Zahir. And we will get Kieran Tierney on for Milagres. And this looks like it's going to be the final highlight of the game. 5 seconds remain. Surely this is the 3 points coming to Sunderland. And that's it. 2-0 against Bayern Munich. Really dominant performance. We were fortunate in the sense that they were down to 10 men from the 45th minute, and we didn't get our goal until after they were down to 10 men either. But thankfully, we've got the 3 points. We'll take control of this group and we march on to the next match. So looking forward to the next match. I'm going to be playing Bayern Munich again, and it will be our final group game for the Champions League Group G. There will of course be a ton of fixtures in between then and then, so hopefully we'll see us claw back the points difference in the Premier League and we dominate the Champions League group and finish top of our table. Well, a dominant performance against Bayern Munich, but it's come to be expected over the years. It seems to be the only teams that can stop us at the minute are English teams or PSG, but here we power on. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're enjoying my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.